Don't say that I never told ya. You gotta tune into my girl, Moja.
Hi guys, it's your girl Moja and you know how I do it. Positive vibes, positive energy. And today, I'm not telling all we have a special guest. I'm going to let all you say we have a special guest because when all you hear the kind of thing that this man can do, the talent that he has, the skills that he has, you're going to say, where did I pick him up from? We have in our presence today none other than a songwriter, a composer, a musician, a performer, a band manager, an independent recording artist, and a producer. We have Trevor G. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Moja. You probably left out about 10,000 things, but that's okay. You only wrote it this evening.
I'm going based on the bio, right? So, what's it like? What's it like in here? Because, I mean, that means you always have some thoughts. You always have, if it's a song or some sort of, it looking like physics, chemistry, mathematics, bio, everything going on inside there. What's it like inside there?
I didn't really get to introduce myself. This is the original one, Trevor G from Bonaventure, Par 4 Street, VIP Music Company, sound system in your house party, learn to play bass in 2000, RR Youth Crew 2001, later came Unify the Band, enough singles, enough rhythm. Give thanks for the opportunity today to sit next to you in this interview. Jump up. If you know you love Trevor G, jump up. For me, jump up. If you know you love Trevor G, jump up, pop, 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 pop. Kaboom!
Kaboom! What an introduction. So, again, what's it like inside here on a regular day for you? What's it like? Walk us through the mind of Trevor G.
On a day?
On a general day.
Well, what I love about being me is that I realize that I hate to create. And we are creators, co-creators with the great creators. And I think being that is always about creating something. So if I'm here to create, I have to create. I just can't help it. So a lot of times thoughts come to my mind. The thoughts that need to stay, I let them stay. you know? And just do what I gotta do, Just be me. Yeah.
But isn't sometimes as a creative, sometimes we create something and like we don't have the heart to say, this one I make the cut. Yes, you understand? Do you have pieces like that did not make the cut? Because remember, this show, the name of it is Up Close and Personal with Moja. And what we try to do is humanize the star within you. Because the general public, we see you as a star. And you can't be nothing else in our eyes, right? So sometimes when our stars make human mistakes, we don't forgive them. So what this show is about is letting us understand that you all are human too. Right? So, do you have that human moment where one of your pieces of creation didn't make the cut?
Yeah. Of course. And I think we all do. And beyond the music is in life too. We make mistakes. We do trial and error, and then we evaluate ourselves. So, many times that things happen. Like let's say you're writing a song or you're producing a piece of work, and it just goes on right. Sometimes it have a bin, a permanent bin, and then you have a temporary bin too. Temporary. Later on, I might pick it back up.
Yeah.
It's same thing in life too. In situations, sometimes you just have to let things be. Pick it back up later on, or some things you just totally dismiss it from your life.
Right.
So it's the same thing in music for me. So there are a lot of things. Even sometimes we creating and we make mistakes for spite. And if I try this wrong thing here, how it go look, how it go sound.
Right.
You do it on purpose to see how it will sound. Because sometimes you never know if what somebody did was something that they really dismiss.
True.
But to you it sound great. But to them it's like, this thing sound like real nonsense. But somebody like it.
Right.
You know, so it's like that. Yeah.
It's true. I remember that took me back to, I used to make jewelry
Mm-hmm.
and I used to sell it. And a lot of the times I would say, this is the shit. And you push it back and you decide, you know what, I'm promoting this piece and that piece and this set and that set. And the set you push to the back, you go, oh God, look at that green one. And you say, no, but please don't look at that green one, you know? And they like it and they buy it and
For real, for
that
real,
kind of
for
thing. And
real.
you were like, well, but the one I thought would have sell it, it's still there. 3 months later, you still holding the gold piece that you thought would have sell first. You still holding that in your
Yes,
hand.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
has something for everybody.
You know, there's this thought that in our lives there's a window that we don't see, but other people look through it. So, you know,
Yeah.
that's something like what you're saying there.
So what it is like when you walking down the road? Like people would be like, oh my God, look, that's Trevor G. I mean, you have all these accolades to your name. And apart from that, you have worked with so many artists like Fabian. He's on your new Parang
Yeah,
track,
pyramid,
right?
Afrobeat pyramid, yeah.
Correct. I mean,
And before Kenny J passed away, I did a song with Kenny J as well too.
but this is what I'm
Then there's
talking
Crazy,
about.
Daddy Chen, a lot of people, you know.
Look at the names that you are calling. You understand? So, I mean, it's like, how do you manage, like walking down the road and people,
Yeah, I know, man. I know, man, in Park 4th Street, I know, man, in Bonaventure and Gaspolo, I know, man. You know, who know, because sometimes you're on the stage and you get the recognition, but sometimes you're on the street, and I guess some of these people too who we may call big or bigger than me or whatever, people may not still not know them, because sometimes I call, like sometimes recently I call Gregory Isaac name to a person, and like, who's Gregory Isaac?
oh Lord,
You
no.
understand what I'm saying? So, depending on what circle you're in and what environment your mind is and your activities, you might know somebody, you might not know somebody. So,
Right.
to me, I just know, man, I just do what I had to do, you know what I mean?
That again, not to really bringing me back. You understand? My very first episode of Up Close and Personal, I had royal deities.
Right.
But before that, my neighbor was, really excited and she came out and she said, come on, somebody I wanted to meet. Right? And I was like, oh my God, let me go. And when we went and she said, this is royal deities. And I was like, hello. So she was like, you know who is that, right? I was like, Royal Dainty, tell me his name, Mr. Royal. She was like, you know who he is? I was like, Mr. Royal. So she was like, he sing, and she started calling him. Like, oh my God, I love that song. But I never had a face to the song. I mean, I hear the song all over the place on the radio, in parties, that kind of thing, boat ride, all kind of thing. But I never knew who he was,
Right.
and I would have passed him straight on the road. Yeah, you understand? So I think Up Close and Personal helps to bridge that gap as well and put a face to the celebrity for the ones that like your music but didn't know who you were. You understand?
As well as too, there are some songs for persons that I may have written for, and music for popular persons that I may have done the music for, and will be playing on plenty of stations, but they wouldn't know who create the music. They wouldn't know who play the bass guitar. They wouldn't know who do the guitar, who play the keyboard. And all these are important people.
Yeah.
Who help make
the creation.
That's right. So it's like that. So this opportunity is great.
They say musically inclined people are very brilliant people. How do you feel about that statement?
Well, all people are brilliant, because even the people who sometimes you go in a bakery and, oh boy, you enjoy that, or you go in a clothes store and you oh boy, they are brilliant people too. They may not get a particular type of recognition that we might think make them a star, but they may be a star in somebody else's eyes. So nobody is really greater than we are reflections. We all do our part. Yeah?
I agree. That positive high rhythm, I mean, everything happened pretty quickly with it.
Right.
Now let me tell you guys something. This rhythm It wasn't just he gave us the rhythm, we worked with it, we gave a song, the song playing, and that's the end of Solomon running. They opened a group chat. Every day, right, we would get tips on how to promote your song. All you promote all your song today, this is what I doing. This is what I doing. This is what you should be doing, And every day you're afforded some sort of interaction in the group. You understand? And that helps you to want to promote your music. When they're going out to do stuff, is everybody. When they it's not one person promoting their own thing. It's like the entire group is promoting everybody's music. When if you post something on a Facebook concerning your song, you just see them sharing it. Share, like, follow thing, whatever. And it is so different, having that type of support. To me, that is what is meant by each one help one. You understand?
And I think there's a big thing that really missing in local music, right? I don't have to call it industry, I'm not sure if you're industry. I'm not sure what we have really, but we have a lot of music outside.
We call it a fraternity.
Right? And this is what we need. We need small pockets of people, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, working together to achieve goals, because there are certain things that one person can do by themselves and certain things we could do by groups and achieve more and cover more distance. Once we're not being greedy, we have to be thinking about each other as much as we think about ourselves, not being selfish and and we can work together and accomplish great things. Other people in different places do it and it works. So we here need to adopt that as well too. Yeah, and it will work for us.
It will work. We have been saying something like that on Up Close and Personal with Moja for quite a while, since the beginning of season 2. And I noticed, and I'm saying it again because I've said it before, everybody that sat on that seat where you're sitting now have been talking about unity, collaborations, coming together, So one person might say it and is, well, all right then. But when you hear everybody echoing the same response, there must be some proof in the pudding.
Indeed.
You understand? And I believe it. I believe that if we work together, we would be a force to be reckoned with. You team up with local producers. How do you manage that task? Because a lot of the times, you hear that some producers don't like working with others and, that kind of thing. But what has that experience been for you? Because I know you're not specifically in the reggae genre. Yeah. You have dabbled in pretty much everything. So what has that experience been like for you?
I would say my foundation would be reggae, yeah? Because I remember my first song in 1999 was called Y2K. And that was a reggae, yeah? So I think my foundation would be reggae and more like dub poetry, right? I think now we call it rap so in locally, but so doing that has been a challenge in different ways, because coming through the years, I would have learned to mingle with people, mingle. Sometimes you mix, sometimes you don't mix, but you're being yourself with your particular identity.
Right.
So me having an identity of myself was a foundation, because if you don't know yourself, you're carrying nothing else outside it.
Right.
So I know yourself, and sometimes it was trial and error, sometimes it was meeting people, being able to meet people, because sometimes you're stuck in your own thing. So I was open. So being open and open-minded helped to meet other people and be observant as well too, because sometimes people not observant. A producer might be doing something, but you're recognizing that, hey, you're doing the same thing. Every time you hear a song, you realize you, because you had this one way of doing this thing. So being observant and to other people and crowds and what people like, what people gravitate to, and all these things help me to be kind of a little versatile.
Right.
So I could do reggae, I do rap, soca, calypso, parang. Then I created Afrobeat parang last year, right? Soul music, rap music, love music, slow music, all kind of stuff, And so I guess me personally, I am just me, right? Nobody could be me, and I cannot be anybody else. But for me, having different talents and abilities has helped me to be able to see things in a different way,
Right.
and be open. Yeah.
You mentioned something that I really hold very dear to me. Being relevant and remaining relevant. Do you do like courses on how to improve your art? I mean, like, how you could go on YouTube and stuff and pull down a little course on how to do mixing or how to do mastering or how to whatever it is that you do, How do you keep relevant in this climate that we are in? How do you do that?
Well, relevancy is part of what I am, right? And part of what make us humans as well too. In terms of teaching, I used to teach like bass guitar because bass guitar is what I mean, right? Bass guitar, percussions, but me keeping up. I mean, I'm just observant, really. I don't know how to really put that. But in terms of being relevant, sometimes I'm relevant, sometimes I'm not, because I think that some of the old things still working.
Right.
Like mannerism or like dealing with people, right? Some of the people know the hurry and no manners and things. So on manners, not in style. Certain type of immoral behavior is relevant to those who like that, but to those who don't like it, it's not relevant to them. So it's all about striking the balance too now in life. Like what is important, what is priority. I deal with that more. Priority was important rather than relevance. Sometimes I'll be relevant based on the purpose that you're doing it for.
Okay.
So it's like that.
Understood.
Yeah.
I have observed some of your previous interviews. I look at some of your videos, music videos and stuff like that. You have a real fun personality. You're always laughing. You're always happy. You're always optimistic. How do you maintain that? Is that the real tragedy or is that just the tragedy that people get to meet?
Well, the best way to find that out is to ask people. Because the best testimony is the testimony that people say about yourself, not what you say about you. So for me, I think it just come natural, man. Like you plan something and you deal with it, correct it or grow. So that's it. I've been being dealt with correctly. I give thanks for family. I give thanks for people who support me. I give thanks for the circles that I've been in that has helped me to grow, to be an individual. And we moving together, we working together in a nice way, man, Yeah.
I love that.
Revive your ride. Transform your vehicle with our expert upholstery cleaning services. Say goodbye to stains, dirt, and odors, and hello to fresh. Like new furniture. Fast, affordable, and reliable. Don't miss out on our Christmas special. Get your car interior cleaned and headlights restored for just $650. Team Clean Services today, where clean meets comfort.
Now this one goes out to my girl Moja. She's there to take down